Getting your hands on a sought-after Rolex from an authorized dealer can feel like winning the lottery. But here's the thing. It's not just about luck. Dealers don't just hand out these coveted pieces to anyone. They carefully weigh a mix of factors, kind of like a watchmaker fine-tuning every gear. Today we're pulling back the curtain to show you how these decisions really go down. So if you're curious about how to get to the top of that waiting list, stick around and hit that subscribe button. We're about to drop some serious insider knowledge. You see, Rolex retailers aren't just watch sellers. They're the gatekeepers of a legendary timekeeping legacy. Trained by Rolex to know every tiny detail of these luxury timepieces, they do more than hand over a watch. They make sure your Rolex is set to run flawlessly for years to come. These are the only people who can start that 5-year international Rolex guarantee straight from the factory. With a toolkit in hand and a sparkle in their eye, they'll check every inch of your watch, ensuring it's as genuine as grandma's apple pie, helping you find a piece that's both timeless and authentic. And while yes, Rolex's sales benefit from this system, the responsibility these retailers carry and the complicated admin behind it all are a whole different level. Rolex knows exactly how to play to its strengths, or in this case, its watchmaking expertise. Instead of jumping into direct sales, Rolex keeps things classy by teaming up with a network of independent authorized dealers. These retailers aren't Rolex's corporate branches, but rather trusted dance partners in the world of luxury watches. Rolex provides the timepieces, and these dealers handle the smooth sales dance with customers. It's a partnership that stood the test of time, and Rolex has no intention of switching up the routine now. They've perfected this rhythm. Got your sights set on a Rolex? Here's a tip. Cozying up to an authorized dealer could put you on the fast track, especially if your shopping history there sparkles with previous Rolex purchases. If you're new to the game, start by visiting the store, showing keen interest, and maybe even kicking off your collection with some of the less flashy models. A genuine passion for Rolex's rich heritage might just impress your dealer. They're not just selling watches, they're scouting for potential collectors and tallying your spending. Patience and respect are your best accessories here. After all, snagging a Rolex can sometimes feel as unpredictable as a game of duck, duck, goose, but with a golden egg at stake. While Rolex dealers are encouraged to roll out the red carpet for newcomers, the sizzling demand means they're often playing a very careful game of matchmaker. So you're flirting with the idea of a Rolex. Having a few receipts from authorized dealers in your back pocket, especially ones that twinkle with past Rolex purchases, can really sweeten your odds. For the rookies in the game, consider making the store your new hangout spot. Show that you're not just window shopping, but truly smitten with the brand. Maybe even start by adopting a few other watches into your collection. It's all about proving you grasp the Rolex ethos and letting your enthusiasm for their meticulous craftsmanship really sparkle. We've noticed that dealers have a keen eye for those who might just go from casual browsers to dedicated collectors. It's not just about the watches you've already snapped up, it's how you vibe with the brand and the store itself. A dash of patience, heaps of respect, and a clear understanding of the fierce competition for these watches can make all the difference. Each dealer plays by their own rules when it comes to who gets the golden ticket, so expect a variety of experiences. Now let's dive into the inside scoop from a manager at an authorized Rolex dealer, the Rolex High Demand Supply Matrix. It breaks down customers into 3 categories. Type A, the newcomers with no purchase history. Type B, the regulars still waiting for their first Rolex. And Type C, the seasoned collectors with Rolexes to spare. Want to get your hands on one of these sought-after watches? You've got to show up at the showroom. No shortcuts, no phone calls. This process levels the playing field, giving everyone a fair shot. Plus, showing up in person doesn't just show good manners. It tells them, I'm serious, let's do this. Hold up, why not subscribe and join the opulent Oasis community? Get the freshest content right to your inbox. Let's jump back in. Next up in our screening process, we take a little digital stroll through your LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook profiles. We're not just scrolling for fun, we're checking to make sure our Type A and B clients aren't secretly running Rolex reselling side hustles. Profiles that scream watch flipper get the red flag. As for our Type C clients, they've earned their stripes. Their purchase history backs up their impressive collections, though let's be honest, some of them might be a little too entrepreneurial for their own good. Now let's get into the fourth criterion, showing us the money, or at least your plan for how you'll do it when the moment arrives. Type A clients, you'll need to bring your ID and the card you plan to use for payment when registering your interest. It's like saying, I'm good for it, but with the paperwork to back you up. Then there's the fifth step where we put on our detective hats and peek into company's house to see if our Type A and B clients are business directors and what their companies are all about. Think of it as LinkedIn stalking, but with a financial edge. Then we do a bit of housekeeping by cross-checking client details, addresses, phone numbers, emails, to ensure there's no sneaky double-dipping in our Rolex pool. This applies to everyone across the board, so the rules are clear for all. It's kind of like running a background check before a first date, but instead of awkward silences, we're just making sure everything lines up for luxury watches. Let's dive into the seventh criterion. Every client, no matter the type, must have a detailed bio on file. Consider this your personal intro in our system, like your VIP badge to the Rolex Club. As for the eighth criterion, we're all about the dual sign-off process for those hot-ticket Rolex watches. It's a bit like a security clearance. Multiple checks to ensure every watch lands just where it should. No mix-ups allowed. Now, rolling into the final criterion, if it's been more than a year since you last snagged a Rolex, you'll need a thumbs up from the field team manager before you can go for another. It's our way of ensuring your Rolex flame is still burning bright. For the 10th, if you've shopped with us but haven't ventured into Rolex territory, you'll need a little nod from the boss. Think of it as getting a backstage pass, VIP access, but you've got to check in with the gatekeeper first. The Rolex shopping scene is getting a breath of fresh air, with production stepping up and market trends taking some intriguing twists and turns. The best part? The prices are becoming friendlier, opening the doors to a new crowd of luxury watch enthusiasts. These aren't your typical bargain hunters on the prowl for a quick flip. These folks are true horology buffs. When it comes to where to buy, you've got options: the straight-laced authorized dealers or the wild west of grey market vendors. Going official gets you that comforting warranty blanket, while venturing into the grey might mean paying out of pocket for any mishaps. Sure, some brands might not be too keen on their watches taking a detour through the grey market, but if you're eyeing a Rolex or perhaps a Patek Philippe, you'll likely find yourself at an authorized dealer's doorstep. Opting for authorized dealers, that's your best bet for wrapping a genuine slice of luxury around your wrist and keeping it drama-free. Why do people fall so hard for Rolex watches? For some, it's the sheer class and worldwide cachet that comes with a Rolex. It's like having a global VIP pass on your wrist. Others treat themselves to a Rolex to celebrate big moments, like nailing that promotion or ringing in a milestone anniversary. Then there are the enthusiasts, the ones who hunt down specific models with the dedication of treasure seekers. Whether it's the allure of flawless craftsmanship or just the feel of luxury weight on their wrist, a Rolex tells everyone you've officially arrived.